of over 700 young men and women who faced all sorts of challenges growing up. But as the middle child of 9 brothers and sisters himself, I want to know what that was like and what motivated him to become such a guiding force.
Large family, troubled childhood, and yet you're very close to your dad.
My dad, he was an amazing man, and a lot of us think that going to work, putting a roof over our head, putting clothes on our backs is fulfilling fatherhood. But I kind of needed was love as well. I needed fathering. I needed somebody to guide me and direct me. And unfortunately, with my dad's situation where he was doing really long shifts, it was difficult for him to do that. I've always been craving that fatherly love, that guidance and direction. And when he did eventually retire, I started to try to build that up with him.
There's a story too about your dad and an oak tree.
We planted a tree together, and that tree kind of was growing, and every time I looked at that tree, it kind of made me think of us, So it was our kind of connection, yeah. But unfortunately, as I was kind of building that bond with him, I lost him.
So how did his death affect your approach to life?
Either go into destruction mode or completely go the other way and say, you know what, I want to make him proud. When I started boxing, I was starting to see a lot of role models around me. But these people started planting seeds in me by accepting me, by giving me love, by, tapping me on my shoulder and saying, well done. I'd never really had that. So I was thinking, wow, this is amazing. Just as I was getting into the flow of things, I was out with some friends and I bumped into some people that were from a different area who attacked me. That was the end of my boxing career.
Baz's hands were severely wounded in the attack, and throwing a punch was now out of the question.
So the key, having lost your own ability to box, was the ability to pass on to other youngsters your skills, your passion for it, and to get them to do it.
Absolutely. So I went back to college and I passed with flying colours, the best grade in the class. I started to think, I need to give something back. I went and started volunteering at a place called Headway. It was like a calling that I needed to give back to people, I started seeing a lot of young people that were coming in there that reminded me of me. And I decided to run the boxing club voluntary. And I started mentoring them, and all of a sudden, I thought, this club can be bigger than just a boxing club.
You've been given several awards, including the Unsung Hero Award at the Sports Personalities. You've the British Empire Medal. Proudest moment?
I helped this young boy that everybody had written off, and they said that, we can't do nothing with him and he's probably going to end up in jail. And I thought, no, he's not. And you know what this young boy needed? He just needed an arm around him, somebody to believe in him, somebody not to let him down. And today this guy's in full-time education and people look at him and think he's a completely different person.
You've talked about sowing seeds, about nurturing, about growing.
I'm secretly a tree hugger.
Don't be secretive about it. More people should be.
Nature and greenery has always been kind of therapeutic for me. I've let the garden overgrow.
It got away.
It just got away from me.
So you could do with a bit of restoration work, I think, really, then. Trees coming back into your life.
Absolutely. I love trees.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Baz is a shining example of someone who's completely turned their life around. Not only that, but who's devoted the rest of their lives to turning others around. But he wants to get those young people growing things as well. How could I resist helping to make that dream come true?
Viking Cruises. Sponsors love your garden.